Plane spotting at Los Angeles International Airport is one of the funnest vibes as an aviation enthusiast. Today, we're going to be checking out the airport on a beautiful August morning. This is going to be a blast, and I'm super excited for this. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Welcome everybody to Los Angeles International Airport. I hope all of you are excited for the plane spotting today, as we have some really cool aircraft to check in on, and we only have actually 100 pictures, so we're actually going to take it really slow and really get a good deep dive here. So hope all of you are excited, and that's a really cool story that actually comes up here with this particular spotting session. So this actually was my first time back to LAX since 2016, which is really crazy. This was in August of 2023, but I actually went to spot LAX just 2 weeks afterwards, so it was really cool to get the lead up, kind of get that anticipation, for spot LAX and so forth. And it's such an awesome airport, one of my favorites, hands down, not even close. So today we're going to take a look at some really cool morning traffic. We got a really nice day here of weather, and while the aircraft are pretty simple for the most part, it's still going to be fun to check them out, and it's going to be a blast. So let's go ahead and get started. Got a beautiful Spirit Airbus A320neo with the filled in titles, one of my favorite liveries out there. This is looking really nice, so certainly happy to see this, and overall it is a really good looking aircraft. So yeah, this is out of the JetBlue A320 window, so definitely check out this trip report if you haven't got a chance to do so. I also want to make note that all of the rest of the California Zephyr videos are in the works. I apologize, as I've got really tied up here in my personal life, and I actually ran out of the plane spotting videos, which I did not know that I was actually running out, so that's completely on me. So we're getting that fixed as we speak. Got a couple of cargo 747s over here, Skylease and Western Global. These are aircraft that you don't typically see in the United States very much. That's really cool. A couple of really cool notes from this terrible picture. You got the UAE 747-400 over there. It's really cool, and various biz jets. So you're certainly not going to fail when it comes to cool traffic. Much better picture right here, and yeah, some really cool goal streams to go with that. Here's the beautiful Skylease Cargo 747. This will make an appearance later at LAX during my aerial photography session, so very excited for that video at some point. And the Western Global there as well. Here's the United Boeing 777-200. You're going to see plenty of these at LAX, and obviously we got the 8 concourses and plenty of action. American Airlines also has that shuttle bus out there to their remote stand gate, so that's exactly what you have here with this bus. And then you have the construction here of T5, I believe that is, or T6 maybe. So very cool to get to see that. And obviously JetBlue does park here with American at LAX. I think this is still currently going on, but we'll see what happens as the partnership's no longer there. But you saw the American A321neo looking very strong. And then there's our Boston Celtics JetBlue A320. So certainly loving what's going on over here. Got the Star Alliance United 737-800. This was one of 3 times that I'd catch it in this day, which is really crazy. So I'd see it here, and then I would also see it at Denver twice. I watched it do a turn at Denver. So very cool. In upcoming spotting videos, you'll see more of this, but certainly was very happy to get it here in this moment. So 14219 was the registration for this aircraft. So certainly very happy to catch it there. So there it is, getting every shot that I could. This is a really cool alleyway. You can only get a couple planes on it for T-bit on the east side gates there of the main concourse. But yeah, it worked out that I was walking through the walkway, and you got this American Airbus A321neo, probably heading up to Hawaii. So I was really happy to see it, but it's mainly American. A couple of Japan aircraft will park at the end of this concourse, but this is mainly the American Airlines traffic over here. So right down line 153, so that was certainly fascinating. On the wrong side of the light, of course, but who's going to ever pass up a shot of a 757? This is United in Evo Blue livery, so certainly happy to see that. And there we go for the turnaround on the aircraft. They're going to do a nice 180 with it. And there's a DHL 767 looking very strong. You got Air Premia on the Boeing 787. So I was trying to find a good spot with lighting and ended up walking all the way to the north side just to walk all the way back down. So just kind of took an adventure since I had like 2 hours, but that's not a huge amount of time at LAX with how spread out it is. But I was able to catch some cool aircraft. There's some Volaris A320 family aircraft, 321, 320. But yeah, I was trying to find a good spot. And I found this little alleyway here on the north end of T-bit, but just kind of wanted to explore the airport a little bit as well, since I knew during layovers I wasn't gonna have much time to otherwise. So this ended up working out pretty good. So you got the Southwest 737 with a pretty large tractor. So much so, wide body likely, that wide body tractor, that the tires on the tractor are bigger than the actual airplane's tires. So that's impressive. And then we got an Alaska 737-900ER. LAX traffic's always progressing, so you're going to see quite a few different aircraft here. But this is a nice little window at the north end of T-bit. There's obviously only so much I can do with limited time. Got the Southwest taking off. And then you can see the runways as well. That's a much better picture right there. I think I was in priority probably for that. But there's a Delta 777-200 Gen 2 rolling down 2-4 left. A really nice angle. And the lights really good in the winter, but still was able to make it work here on this warmer summer afternoon. There's an Skywest 175. You'll see a bunch of those. Very happy to get this Hawaiian Airbus A321neo. This was my first time getting, I think, probably this good of a shot of one, although perhaps I did get a better one earlier than this. But I think this was definitely my best one I got to that point, so I was very happy with that shot. So there it is, looking very nice. And there goes the Alaska zooming down the runway. As you can tell, I was getting close to getting good pictures on this one, but obviously missed by just a little bit. And Air Canada has several flights in here. Of course, you're not even going to get the full taste. I definitely recommend checking out my Spot LAX videos for a better roundup of what LAX traffic normally looks like. But this was a good filler video, and I kind of needed it for spacing reasons, so I can get the United trip report worked on. But here's the Air Canada 737 MAX 8, looking very strong, and certainly happy to see that. Got the Delta 737-900ER rolling down the runway, looking very nice, and certainly happy to see that. Got the Volaris Airbus A321 that we just saw at the gate over there. Now it's taxiing out for departure, and yeah, even still with this being a lighter time during the day here in the morning, you know, they're still kicking it up with all the frequencies and so forth. So still very happy to see all the traffic here on this morning. Here's a really cool shot, and I feel like I've flown this registration. This seems very familiar, or it might be the Gemini registration. There's some sort of reason I'm picking up this tail number, but this is a very new at that time United Boeing 737 MAX 9 Evo Blue livery. Very good looking aircraft, love these, and certainly very excited to spot them for a long time to come. Their workhorses, so looking very nice on that aircraft. Just getting some really good views. That's a really good one. Delta Airbus A320, we'll see quite a few of those at LAX, and you got Southwest to go along with it, but very cool to see all the Delta traffic and a bunch of SkyWest Alaska 175s. I think LAX is the biggest hub probably for all four carriers regarding 175. I can't think of another operation where they're so prominent out of, you know, every airline, so that's pretty cool to think about. There it is. Get the Allegiant Air Airbus A320. This very well could have been the Tulsa flight here on this Monday morning, so it is really cool to see, although this seems a little late in the day for it. But anyway, this is really cool to see, and never going to pass down an opportunity to see the Allegiant Airbus A320, or A319, excuse me. So very cool, and very unfortunate that they are ending their base there, so certainly bummed out about that and losing all those routes, but they did what they could. But LAX has just became too expensive, simply put, for Allegiant, and obviously Allegiant's maximizing the cheap opportunities they can find, and it's not LAX in the grand scheme of it, unfortunately, at this point in time. So very much a bummer, but what can you do about it? Here is this beautiful Air Premia Boeing 787-9, certainly looking very nice and really cool here, docked up gate 132. It got the logo on the wing on 321. I haven't seen that to that point, so that's why I really want to emphasize that with that individual picture. And then this one here, gate 42B, it's looking very nice. And as you can tell here, we're now making our way over to the United gates for the Boeing 777-300 flight. Here's the Alaska More to Love Airbus A321neo. This was the final time I got to see it, and I think I got better pictures coming up here, so we'll take a look at those. But certainly long live to that aircraft. And there's the LAX beautiful centerpiece, and then you got all the Alaska traffic. Once again, the More to Love A321. There's that 747 again, and another Alaska Airbus A321neo. And I don't even think I got to see them. I can't remember. Yeah, I got to see it at Spot LAX. I did get to see it one more time. So in those videos, at some point, you'll get to see those. Anyway, here's the beautiful United 777 lineup. If you're familiar with LAX, you'll know this exists over there at T8. So obviously, T7 rather. You got multiple 753s, and I think 752 at the end. But ours, I believe, is the Continental Globe one, which was pretty fitting. So that was really cool. And there's More to Love, a little backlit. I got a better pushback shot. I don't know if it's on my camera or not, but we'll see. And here's our aircraft here at 75A, our United Boeing 777-300 to Denver in the Continental Globe livery. If you're looking to fly 75, LAX is definitely a great place to start that, and that's exactly what happened on this flight. So let's see. Really good shots here at the gate. They're looking very nice. And I think I did end up getting, there's an awesome RP211 shot. That's super cool with the other 753 pushback. And there's 56859, another Evo 753. Definitely want to fly one sometime. And then, yeah, I did get a little obstructed there by the wing, but I did get a pretty cool shot of the More to Love A321neo. And yeah, that was definitely the best lighting shot I ever got of it. But long lived to More to Love. It was super cool to see its legacy. And there's kind of a cool shot with the wings. So long lived to that. Got the A319 to go with it, but long live More to Love. Fun times with More to Love, man. Such a great livery, so very much miss it, but obviously now they're long into that merger, so it makes some sense. But you got that United A319 to round out the pictures. So I really hope all of you enjoyed this LAX spotting video. There'll be more fluent ones, and definitely check out my Spot LAX ones for a more detailed analysis. But LAX traffic, super fun. It's a great airport, and I definitely recommend checking it all out if you ever get the opportunity to. But with that being said, that'll do for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.